Hey, hello everyone. Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa here. Welcome to this week's episode of clearproptv, paratalk.org, and whatever else you want to call it, maybe PPG Grandpa's Paramotor podcast. I'm here with a couple of my students today, and we're going to go over what we did today and the last couple of days. So, what is your name?
PPG Pooh Bear.
Oh, you're PPG Pooh Bear. Oh, that's so adorable. That means you must be
PPG Honey Pot.
No way. We have had such an amazing day. We've had a fun day. We got here early. We went out and kited. How many hours did we go kite this morning?
At least 4 or 5.
Yeah. And then we broke for lunch. Had delicious lunch. What did we have for lunch?
Oh, we ate at Shay Simon's and had delicious, delectable, perfectly cooked burgers and fries.
If you guys ever come over this way, you got to have some of my burgers and fries. We cooked the burgers for 30 minutes on low on the grill on the top.
Best burger ever.
And it's so juicy and delicious. It's unbelievable. But anyway, we're not talking about how good I cook, but if you want to continue, go ahead. Mike here. We've been working with him for, this is your fourth day, and because that we're not able to do the 14 days in a row, you want to come here on the weekends when you're able to, which makes it a little bit easier for you.
Exactly. It's not feasible for a couple to walk away from,
at least
not this couple, to walk away from 2 weeks of work and go across country and commit to that kind of time. I know that some people can do it, but it's just not a feasible option for a lot of people. And finding you was a godsend, because I looked a long time and found you, and what you had to offer as far as options, personalized approach to it, fit us exactly what we needed.
Which is interesting, because I haven't even advertised yet. I'm not even officially opening until 4th of July. So actually, how did you find me? Were you listening to my podcast?
I was checking out YouTube. I've been trying to fly for 5 years, and just you dabble in it when you start, and you look around and you look, but when you really start getting interested, you start diving in and researching, and you start watching videos on YouTube, and some people turn you off and some people turn you on, and I saw you, and I was looking for people that were close.
Right.
Closest I saw was Michigan, and then I saw you in your Conway, and that was 2 hours from us, and I was ecstatic. Bingo! This has got to work. But we weren't there yet. I had to meet you because my prized possession is going to go into your hands. I wanted to make sure that, I had the book. It's got a checklist. Check your instructor how to check it. It's a good checklist, but anybody that knows how to read people, 30-minute interview with somebody, let you know exactly how they are, and if they're personable, if they're affable, if they're professional, if they have patience. You can tell just by talking to somebody. And the first day that I came in and saw you, and the patience you showed with me, and your communication skills, and I saw you fly, and I was highly satisfied.
Well, good. Well, I appreciate that, and thank you very much. And let's just say over the last 4 times that we have kited together, and we've gone through different instruction over videos. We went through the syllabus, so you know what I expect of you before you even take your first flight.
Exactly.
After your first flight, then you also know what is expected of you too over the next couple of weeks, and as we build up the flights. And we also know too what's going to happen a month from then and another month from then, because we got that all laid out. And even though this is a school, and we say most people that would come to my school would be here for 2 weeks or 14 days. You guys can come here anytime you want to.
It's a big plus.
And that's like for the rest of your life, which means that you go fly, you're flying for years. All you gotta do is come back over here and check out, what's going on in school. If you want to go for a flight, I mean, you can always fly with me. Always fly with me. Always fly with me. Please fly with me. You fly with me, Pooh Bear.
I'm never gonna hear you.
No, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that's really, really cool. I love it to death. This is great. But you said I have some patience. How much patience do you think I really have? I don't feel like I have that patience. I'm always yelling at you guys.
You yelled at me.
Well, you worked hard for it.
I did earn it. I earned it. Yes, I fully deserved that.
Which yell are you talking about? It seems to me that I yell at pretty much don't drop that brake.
Yeah, don't drop the brake. That was one. And stick, and
$4,500 nosedive.
brake. Just follow it. Run with it. Stop with it. Don't stop. Yeah, I'm so confused right now. I'm just.
No, seriously, this is your first day. And
You actually work very patient. I can take it. I mean, I live with a beast. So you're like a beast. Well, he's kind of a conundrum.
I'm a rabid cougar.
Yeah, kind of. That's how you learn.
were you expecting that? Because you look online and you see people lean up, they turn around, they go off for a flight. Were you thinking that you're just thinking that you grab this wing and just take a little bit of time to be able to kite this wing up and you don't know what you're doing, or did you feel it, or did you feel something that's going to take a long time before you got?
Darn right. I thought I was going to get out here and fly. No, that's so not true. No, I've seen and done aerial, sport, and I know that there's a ton involved. Well, I haven't done the research on this thing, but with the skydiving, I know how much it takes just to get up for one tandem, and you're not really doing it. It took a whole day to learn to do just that, and this is a whole different animal. So yeah, I was expecting a lot.
Well, that's good. Because I know there's a lot of people that see that pull up, people are flying, I can do that in the afternoon, go fly. Boys, stop it. Now, when you came over the first day, what did you expect? As far as
I had purchased that old Cadillac 1900 thing.
Afghan with rope.
So I played with a little bit, and I had theory because I have been looking and dabbling, and I had that a little bit of time playing with that one. And it was not easy. And even though the wing was in the shape that it was, we did happen to get it above us. But that was enough. To know that this is not just going to go out and go out.
So you bought the wing. You bought the wing to learn first.
Yeah, we wanted to learn how to kite before we got underneath an instructor, just to have a little bit of knowledge, just to be ahead. And I got offered a cheap kiting wing that turned out to be just unkiteable even due to the age and stuff. But it was enough to get a feel for how much power is behind that wing, and exactly how much skill was gonna have to be developed in order to fly it properly. Not to mention take off with the motor on your back.
Right.
There was no way I was going any further without getting after putting my hands on that.
You feel the same way.
Like I said, I already knew what it was like to be under a canopy. I knew the power behind it. Not with a motor on it, but that thing I told him the first time he actually felt the power pulling against that power is like, baby, you don't know what you're about to get into. You're gonna love it.
Speaking about power too, you're able to do forward inflation. Well, actually, you did the reverse inflation. You got it under control. You turn around and you start going forward. And it was absolutely beautiful. And then I saw you come up behind you and push you. What happened then?
I flew. No motor on my back, but I flew, which was what I wanted. What had to happen. For me, it had to happen. I needed to land before I could take off. I needed a bad ankle, crushed ankle. I needed to feel what was going to happen. When I hit the ground, even from just a little bit. 10 feet was plenty. But I needed to feel with them flares and those brakes, how much they had. I'm still learning. I am still learning that.
How did it feel when you came down? Did it feel like you came down hard?
I have some steps from going down from my house into our laundry room, and stepping off of those steps was more impact than when I landed. I lit just like it was amazing. It was totally amazing.
And you flared right in time, and you came down like a little butterfly. Put your hands back up, ran some more, gave a little bit of break, went up again, came back down, and landed like a butterfly.
Lucky new guy with that. Because after the next few times we tried, man, I just overcompensate.
Well, now, one of the things that we did too is that we did video, so we went over the video and we saw what was going on. What were some of the things that were going on that you see now in the video that we're not going to do again once we get back out in the field?
Pulling with the wrong hand. It takes a lot to make that transition. I mean, because you're learning right now. I'm learning to do a front and a reverse. Both have different aspects to them with that brake pull. So, all these minute things have to be trained. You have to train it. It's got to be retrained. I'm doing. Your body wants to do certain things that are crucial to your survival out in the world, but they are not conducive to flying.
We weren't designed that way.
What were some of the things that you found out? Even though I was telling you, pull that hand, you were pulling the other hand. I'm like, not that hand, the other hand, and you're still pulling that hand.
That's when he yelled at me.
What was going on that particular situation? Do you remember?
It's a muscle memory. It's being on the ground for my entire life, and there's a certain way that you do things, and the whole pendulum is a whole different aspect of how to do things, and it's a whole different mindset that is going to have to be trained. I'm going to have to retrain this to work the way I want it to, and not the way it's used to doing it, because it's an automatic reflex. If it's go, I mean, this is what you do, but not up here. That's not how it works. So.
It really is different, because once you are doing reverse and your wing is above you, if it turns this way, you know that the wind is coming from that direction, and then you need to turn your body, get your back into that wind, and that seems to be kind of difficult to determine when you're looking up at the wing, which way the wind is going, which way to pull, and if it does kick down on one side, which way do you need to go to get it back?
Exactly. Making all that stuff happen.
And one of the
Same way.
And one of the things that you realize too, that if you wanted to go to the right, you have to kick to the left first for the wing to kick to the right.
All that
So
pendulum, yeah.
it is. It's that pendulum effect. And until you actually get underneath a canopy and and feel it, you can read all the books you want.
I'm going to calculate that I have probably, with the 5 today, maybe 10 hours underneath that wing, and I still am just baffled by it. I mean, I'm getting better. I can learn, but you learn from being underneath the wing, and you can't learn with it down like this. It's got to be up that way, and it takes takes it being up there to learn, and that's you know, the more it's up, the more you learn.
Exactly. Now, one of the things that we're doing too is we're letting you borrow a wing, so you're able to go back home and you're able to kite. And we also, had some limitations as far as how much wind. You gotta wear a helmet. You gotta take safety precautions before you do any of this stuff. Now, over the course of a normal week, in between when we see each other on the weekends, how many hours do you think that you guys actually will be able to get? Being able to ground handle that wing during a 5-day week. Wow, I saw each other looking at each other like, whoa.
Well, a normal person that worked 40-hour work week would probably have, and didn't have to drive an hour to work, would probably get 1 or 2, if they had the capacity, hours a day. We'll probably get that a week between the two of us.
Maybe an hour each between both of you for an entire week because of all the hours you work?
Yeah, because she's a 12-hour shift. My job it takes me 45 minutes out of my day, so it's just patience.
Exactly.
It's a patient sport, though.
It
Pair
is.
waiting, right?
Yeah, exactly. Parrot waiting. For Paraboo-boo. Or Paraboo-bear.
Help!
You guys are so awesome. Now, seriously, since the day that we started, and today, look at the difference.
Amazing.
What is the difference between that first day and today? You were able to jump underneath that wing and kite that wing and control that wing in amazing kind of like midday weird thermals and twitchy wind. You were able to take care of that, and you were just manhandling that wing.
It's instruction. You have to have instruction. I was going to say that prior to this last 2 days that we worked together, when I walked up to that kite and it was laid out, when I walked up to it, there was a doubt.
What kind
Before
of
I clipped
what
in.
kind of doubt? Like
Clipping
what?
in, how to clip in properly.
Oh, how to clip in,
safely. I would walk up to it, and there was doubt. And if there's doubt in my head, as far as this sport goes, we shut it down.
Right.
We shut it down. This is not a sport to play with. I know that there's a lot of people out there that think that, I'm just going to go ahead and self-train and all that stuff. But I'll tell you what, I figured out the equation. 1 hour of proper instruction will save you thousands of dollars in paramotor repair bills, possibly hospital bills, time and frustration. The time pays for itself.
So you're saying that over the 4 days that we worked together, how many hours of self-instruction do you think that would have taken for you to get to this level?
Oh, God. A month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe. Just to find the minutia of the kite. Mm-hmm. You have to learn the aspects of that tool. Yeah. It's got its own way to it. And you have to learn that. And if you're just going to do that by yourself without somebody giving you those sneak info, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. If you got to find that your own in between that little second that you have it up while you're trying, you're going to be hacking at it, and you could possibly get hurt if you don't have some of the basic knowledge out of that book as far as weather.
What's one of the, since you said weather, what's one of the things that we talked about today and the last 4 days that we talked about that we have to look at before we go out and kite?
Weather.
What kind of weather? What are we looking for?
Airflow. Wind.
Rotor,
Cloud covers, rotor,
cloud cover.
wind shadow.
Right, all sorts of things. And what are some of the apps that we use?
Ventusky.
Ventusky.
Ventusky. Why do I say that? I don't know why I say that. Ventusky. Have PPGPS.
That's for when we're flying. That's not windy though. Or that's not for wind. And we will look at windy.
Windy, the red app, Windy
Right.
Red.
What's that? Good
Ryan Carlton.
Ryan Carlton, right? And then we look at some other ones, right? And we also know about the 1-800
WX Brief.
right? We know about that, so we can get correct
Notice and
weather
stuff, right.
from your actual airport. And now we know how to call up. We know how to log in. So there's a lot of things that it's not in the PPG Bible. It's not on, or maybe on YouTube videos, but have you found it?
Good luck finding it.
Have you found anything like this weather and the stuff that we've done in the last 5 years of searching PPG videos?
No.
No, and you wouldn't know to look for that stuff.
You don't know.
Without experience to impart the knowledge.
Right.
Yep.
It goes back to you don't know what you don't know.
Don't know what you don't know.
And, one of the reasons why it's good to have an instructor is because they do have experience. And if they are a good instructor that has like a good syllabus, we're watching different videos, to understand different graphics and understand, what we're doing. We're having tests. We're having quizzes. How many tests and quizzes did we pop up today? Way too many.
A few. I don't like tests.
So we popped up with a couple of tests, a couple of quizzes that they weren't expecting, but you guys did really well, did you not?
Pretty good.
Okay. So how do you think you guys are doing on airspace? How do you think you guys are doing on airspace?
I have a better understanding now.
You do?
I had a little bit of aeronautic experience. I played with charts and flight computer, so I had a little bit of the background in that, but nothing like I had now.
Right. And, when we look at airspace, what are the two airspaces that we can fly in legally?
G and E.
And where does G start and G end? Usually, in general, around the United States. I know there's some exceptions. Where does G start and where does it end?
Ground to 1200.
Very good. And above that is what airspace? E airspace. And that goes up to what?
17,999.
Boom! That was on the test. That was on the test. But us as paramotors, it's easier to say 18,000 feet than is that. So, but yes, that is correct.
But 18,000 and above is A space.
Oh my God! You're so awesome.
You're a great teacher.
Oh, go on. No, really, go
Sorry,
on.
Sean.
No, really, go on.
Oh my goodness.
No, you go on.
Help! You go on. So we've learned a lot. Now, from the first day of you trying to kite a wing to today, tell me the difference in 4 days, how much you have learned in kiting a wing and clipping.
Oh my God!
and
How many? What was the longest one today? Longest flight that I had?
The longest inflation? You did a reverse inflation, and you got it under control. You turned around. You went forward. That's when I pushed you. You went up in the air. You came back down. You kept on going. You gave a little bit of break. You went back up. You flared. You came back down. We kept on running. Then you turned around and you kited it down.
All right, so that was probably 25, 30 seconds, maybe a minute max of that wing being above my head.
How long did that feel, though? I mean,
Like an eternity. It felt so incredible just accomplishing it. Not, you say you flew. Really? There was so much adrenaline going on. There was so much going on in my head. And we did fly for a ways, probably 20, 30 yards maybe.
about good 10, 12 feet in the air? Because
yes.
I was grabbing onto your ankles.
Right,
I
so-
was pushing you still, and you're like, yeah, I'm
So
flying.
I do not remember any of that
I'm glad I have a little bit of it on video.
because I don't know how to. I can't tell you. It was such an exhilaration. When you finally get something you've wanted for so long, and you get it for 30 seconds, you're just like, I don't even remember doing it. But you know, it's there, and I have videotape. So, it's just lit a fire under me. I'm more motivated now than I was. I'm more. I want the instruction more.
Mm-hmm.
Every hour that I get instruction, I want more instruction.
That's awesome.
Because yeah, I want this right, you know, like what we were talking about. Anybody can fly, but I want to fly twice,
Right.
or more than once anyway.
Right.
So
Well, you noticed that both of you today, you both were doing a reverse. You turned around, you did forwards, and you did forwards. You both did forwards from one end of the field all the way to the other end of the field with that thing exactly above your head. You're looking at your wingtips, you know, where you're adjusting the brakes. And my dogs are hungry, apparently. Shut up, dogs. And you went from one end to the other. And what I tell you, if you had a motor on your back, you'd be flying.
little throttle.
Little throttle, you'd be in the air. But what I also say, that's easy. It's easy to fly. It's not difficult to fly. You could self-train yourself and get yourself in the air and fly.
In a couple of years.
But what other things have we talked about? And we haven't even begun. I mean, have you looked at your syllabus? All the 20-some pages?
That's a
It's
lot.
plenty.
That's a lot of stuff that we're going to go over for you to learn to make sure that you not only can fly, but you know your airspace, you know your weather, you know, and you are safe.
And you can handle any situation that comes to you. FAA guy comes up and talks to you. You don't stammer. You don't act like an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You follow the instructions. You learn what little bit of regulations that they have for us. Be able to spout them off to them.
Such little regulations. We are so lucky. And that's another thing that we're doing is we're making sure that we stay in the correct airspace. We check for NOTAMs. What does NOTAM mean?
Noticed airmen.
Exactly. And we check for TFRs, which means...
Temporary flight restrictions.
Did you know that before you came to see me?
No.
No. There's a lot of things that you just don't know if you don't know. And that's what instructions are all about. Look at how thick this book is. This is the new Power Paragliding Bible. It's a big, thick Bible. Inside of this, we have a training syllabus. Our training syllabus is pretty darn thick. That's, what, 30 pages or so of training that we're doing.
You know, go over.
Yeah, lots of stuff that we're going to be going over. And if you don't go through everything on the first 5 pages and get them checked off and know it, do you fly?
No.
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 No. You will not fly until you know those first 5 pages. And how did I tell you that you would know if you knew how to fly that wing? What is that one thing that I said that you had to do before you even put a motor on the back? Do you remember?
Be able to reverse.
Do a reverse if you have the air. Walk
Catch
backwards 10 feet. Turn around.
Turn around.
Walk forward 10
Forward.
feet. Turn
Turn
around.
Reverse.
Backward 10
10
feet.
feet.
Turn around forward 10 feet. Turn around
Run
backwards.
backwards.
And then
gently
kite it down. And then that entire time, you are in a straight line, and that thing does not go anywhere.
No oscillation.
Right. Because that way I know, and you know 100% with learning everything on the syllabus, knowing how to kite. Because what are those, remember the cone things? What are some of the things we're going to do with the cones to make sure that you know? Remember?
Yes.
Well, what were some of the things that I told you that you're going to have to learn with the cones?
Forward inflation with a course, obstacle course that we'll have to
Exactly.
weave through.
Why do we need to learn how to do that?
To be able to control the oscillation on the wing and have
To
full control
avoid
of
obstructions
that. Yeah, avoid
on your landing.
Yeah.
Right? Remember when I went to Bad Apples and we saw the videos of the Bad Apples and how you may have landed way over here, but you need to be way over there?
Definitely.
Now you're going around somebody's wing, you're going around somebody's motor, and you keep on going straight. So you have to know how to kite your wing to get all the way over there. Well, you don't have
get where
to.
you need
You
to
don't
go.
have to. You put it down there, and now you're carrying the darn thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when the wing is up in the air, it's lifting your motor up. You don't feel it as much on your back, and it's a lot easier to run with that wing above your head, get someplace and set it down, than it is to put that thing over your shoulder and carry wing. It's just a lot of weight.
There's a lot of concepts. This is like the moving the wing today.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. You read the book, you get the theory.
Mm-hmm.
You get out and you start practicing and playing, but if I hadn't have been, I had the wing up. I knew what I wanted it to do.
Oh, I
And
know
it
what
was,
you're saying. I know what you're saying.
it was, and I was kind of doing what I wanted it to do, but I wanted to be in control of it. I wanted to, not control it, but
Right.
you have to make it
Yeah.
do what you want it to do.
Exactly.
So, I've got it up and kiting it, and okay, how do I make it go left? Sean, how do I make this go left? Lean to the right, just a little, and it'll go left. And man, I didn't even hardly get the leg over. All I had to do was just shift that hip like I was gonna attempt to go right, and that wing just. It was
Because
just,
we're under a pendulum.
oh, it was
Baby
beautiful.
learned to dance today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it is a dance, and it was beautiful to see when he finally got it. I want to dance too.
You were dancing today very well. What do you think? I mean,
For the first day.
for the first day,
Amazing.
yeah, you were doing absolutely amazing. I mean,
Amazing.
look at how far you went. You were even hand kiting. Hand kiting is an advanced thing. So with you being able to buckle in, do a forward, buckle in to do a reverse, and to hand kite,
Good job. I'm
you've
proud
got
of
some
you.
skills, girl. You got
Maybe
some
look-
skills.
Made me look kind of like a slacker, huh?
Well,
Truth hurts.
yeah.
It's okay.
She,
okay.
she kind of,
Spanked it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She kind of.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. It's okay.
Um,
We
did-
have some naturals in our course. We have a few natural girls that they seem to pick it up pretty good, don't they?
Yeah, because they listen to their instructor.
Well, there you
Lest
have it.
they get yelled at. And that's not fun. And actually, us girls are better dancers, so there's that.
Well, you girls follow the lead much better.
Truth.
You want to be a leader instead of the follower. What do we say today? The wind,
wind is the
the wind
music.
is the music,
The kite is the man.
or the person in the lead.
the lead.
and we are the woman.
That's not exactly
That's not
right.
it?
We're the followers.
We're the
followers. Right.
All right.
We're not putting gender in
Can't be a
this.
woman, I guess.
We
Gender is not appropriate these days.
Apparently
so,
not, so.
I mean, but I'm old fashioned, so
Right.
the gentleman leads the lady.
And what did we discuss about that too? Anyway,
What's that?
our gender is paramotor, and our pronouns are
Oh yeah. our pronouns are aviation, elevation, throttle.
Throttle. Yeah, we got this figured out.
Yeah.
We've got our gender figured out.
Absolutely. So the song is the wind, right? So the wind, whichever way it's going, the wing is going to follow because the
Following the beat.
following the beat, right? And then we have to follow the wing. And then if we do that, you saw the difference between you trying to fight
Fight
it.
Fighting.
and
Yes.
It's a natural instinct to pull that thing, though. Like you said, you all your life you're used to pulling something to get what it needs.
I'm cutting that out. I'm glad this is not live. Don't forget what we were talking about. Sorry about this.
But all right.
Damn cheesecake.
It kind of makes you mad a little bit, don't it?
Damn you, cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Damn you to hell.
So, anyway,
Holmes.
I don't even know what I was talking about.
Holmes. All right.
I think he's addicted.
Uh-huh.
Gotta get my hit. Hold on a second.
Is there sugar in that?
I hope not.
So what was I talking about? What was I talking about?
Dancing.
Oh, dancing.
Dancing with the
Yeah,
Wind.
but what context?
He told you not to forget.
Well, you know, you tell me not to, and I do. So,
Okay.
anyway,
So what was your overall?
Don't cry.
What was your overall experience over the last 4 days?
exhaustion,
Elation.
elation, intense, training, instruction, intense instruction. There's so much. I can't express how much that you don't know that you don't know. That is such a perfect phrase for this sport.
It really
You
is.
don't know what you don't know, and you're gonna find out.
One way or another.
One way or another, you'll find out what you have to learn. My biggest thing is learning how to get that wind to my back, and I kind of figured that out a little bit today. And it's just something that, like I said before, you learn.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little instruction. You put your hands on. You get a little understanding. You learn a little bit more. You get some more instruction. You put your hands back on it, and things start coming together a little bit.
Right.
And it builds. It keeps building. You give me a little milk, and then we get into the meat.
So we've been working for 4 days, and let's look at the syllabus real quick. We're going to put this on pause. Here you go, man.
Here, these are better.
So look at just this part right here. Just not even the first 5 pages is what we need before you can solo. Look at just this first part. Read over it. Tell me how much we've actually gone over.
Limitations. We went over that. Must not cut. We went over that. One should not be started. Yeah. Risk awareness and disclosure. Yep. So risk ground. Okay. Yep. So, yep. 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 Knowledge. Yep. 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 This is all life-saving information. Yep.
And that's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff.
And that's just the first page.
Yeah.
And we went over all that. You look at the next page.
Brakes, wind direction recognition, car, flight locations, yep. Risk and rewards, yep. Past PG, yep. Yep. We went all over all that stuff. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Wow.
Well, what?
Well, I'm just surprised at how much we've actually gone over. And this is my first day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll get
This is
you'll get
2
steak
full
and
pages.
yeah, you'll get steak but it'll be reiterated over and over and over again. So we're gonna keep learning this first page over and over and but yeah, we're well into this.
Using the throttle that we used.
Yeah. Yep, we're about to there, huh? Know how to do that.
Wing folding.
Know how to do that. Know how to do that. We haven't gone into the towing yet.
Mm.
We did the pre-flight inspections.
Went over a little
Probably,
bit of that
yeah, a
today.
little bit of that today. We did a little bit of that last week. We played in the simulator a little bit. We did the getting out of the seat. We did a little bit of that. We haven't gone into much of this. A little bit.
We talked about all that stuff, though. Look at
Mm.
that. That was talking about the wing going
Yeah,
back, the
yeah,
stalling.
Yeah.
We had the little guy that helped us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like I said, there's so much.
Right.
There's just so much that you don't even remember going over some of the stuff.
Right, and this is the end of it. But look, we covered almost
All of
every
it, yeah.
single thing on there.
Wow.
Yep.
So in the first 5 pages, you almost got everything here. You almost got the whole thing on your first day.
Yeah. Pretty
Yep.
much.
Yep.
I mean,
So-
at least a taste of it.
So you say that we went over a lot of stuff. It doesn't even seem like we went over this much information.
No, that's shocking to me to actually read through it and
Recorder.
see
We're still recording.
that much. Wow. I mean, when you put it on paper, it looks like just a ton.
Right.
So, wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of information.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of information, and over the last 5 years of looking through YouTube videos, how much of this was even mentioned?
Very little. And, I mean, there's videos out there that'll tell you a lot of stuff.
Right.
But even though you're hearing it, and you may even get a lot out of watching the video, but you're only getting one perspective of that video, even if you are watching it. There are so many things going on that camera is not catching. Malian, when you're kiting a wing, for example, grab the A's and grab the brakes and off you go. No. Those mullions on that A need to be exactly at the same place, else you're going off to the side one way or another. Just grab the brakes and the mains. Oh, no. If you don't have that stuff stout and a stick in there, you're just
know.
you're wasting your time. You could have picked up a little bit of that on a video, but you're not going to get what you need. I see that you've interviewed a lot of people that do the self-taught, and I just, man, Good luck.
Almost all the people that have been on our show that have self-trained, they either went and got training, or they said that they would never do it again like
I'm
this
so thankful.
because.
I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear that.
Matter of fact, one of the guys that self-trained said he's going to come over here and train with me
Awesome.
because he's flying, but he's like, I'm missing something. So
I can guarantee it.
exactly. Well, guys, I really appreciate your time. I know that you got to go because you got a 2.5 hour
2-hour drive.
2 hour
yeah,
drive.
yeah.
Thank you so much for a wonderful, long day. I cannot believe that
Thank you for the weekend.
we were, over Memorial Weekend.
On a holiday, man. What a
You
great
spent
instructor you
it
are.
with your bestie.
I'm my
with
new
testes.
bestie. Yeah,
Bestie.
bestie with testes. Oh, you can't say that on TV.
I
But
just
anyway,
did.
Thank goodness it's not TV, right?
right.
Exactly.
Thank goodness.
So yeah, like I said, where you gonna find that at? The other schools open on Memorial Day?
I have no clue.
So
I think so, but
well,
I don't know.
Personalized service.
Yeah, absolutely. All my students, I'm available from sun up to sundown 7 days a week. I do this full time. My students get up with me, let me know when they're able to train, and if it's sun up to sundown for the next 14 days in a row, that's what I do.
You the man.
I am.
True story.
And you're the poop bear, and you're the honey pie.
Yes.
So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. Can't wait to hang out again.
Definitely.
Lots of
Look forward to
stories, lots of fun things that we have not talked about on here because we probably wouldn't want to talk about it But it was really awesome. We had a great time. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Hope you had a really good Memorial weekend. Don't forget, this is PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, also clearproptv.com. Hey, you know what? Since this is not a live show, go to clearproptv.com. Fill out that form. Let us know that you want free stickers, and we will send you free stickers for free.
String light, baby.
If you're listening to us, you're probably listening to us on your favorite podcasting app or paratalk.org. You'll have a great day. Peace out. We'll catch you next time on clearproptv.com. Boom. Y'all like that? Was
I
that
love
a good
it.
podcast?
That was awesome.
Fantastic.
It was fantastic, wasn't
That
it?
was awesome.
Yeah, you guys were great.
Because you're natural.
No, you're the natural.
No.
No,
No,
it's you.
You got
It's
this.
me?
Yeah,
It's you.
got
It's
Oh,
this.
definitely
go
you.
on,
You gotta
go
smell.
on.
Okay,
No,
we'll go
no,
on.
really go on,
Like,
go on.
seriously,
Good Christ.
you're the guy.
Seriously?
All right, too much honey.
Cereal?
Too much sugar. Too much sugar.
Oh, so
Mercy
much.
sake.
Thank you so much.
Mercy's sakes.
Oh, awesome.
My lands, your wife is probably ready for us to go.